Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Today is Sunday, and on Sundays we look at the book of Psalms, and we are episode 45, so we're looking at Psalm 45 today. Today it's an interesting psalm, and I'm entitling it The Second Coming of Christ. This particular psalm here is really a picture of the second coming of Christ. So I think before I start reading here, let me explain what will happen in the end times. You got to pay attention because I'm going to go through this really quick. We're living in what's called the church age right now. Okay, Jesus has came over 2,000 years ago, and he has died on the cross and ascended to heaven. Okay, now we are in the church age. What's going to be taking place now, according to the Bible, is that the church will be raptured. Okay, the church will be removed. Just one day, just in the twinkling of an eye, the church will be gone. Okay, so when that happens, you'll have all the Christians gone. Okay. After that happens, you will have what's called the tribulation period, where a lot of what's talked about in Daniel and Revelation, those events happen, and that's people will still come to Christ, and many Jewish people will come to Christ at that time. All right, that 7 years of tribulation takes place. And then the second coming of Christ takes place at that point. And that is what we're reading about here, the second coming of Christ. In the rapture of the church, which is 7 years before that, the church is raptured, it's taken away. So the church is never in the tribulation. So when people ask me about, am I concerned about the events in the tribulation, I'm like, no, I'm not really concerned. Because I won't be here. Okay, the church will be removed. It's like the bride of Christ will be removed before the tribulation takes place. Okay, then after the second coming of Christ, then you have the millennium, the 1,000-year reign, and I won't speak any more beyond that. But this takes place after the tribulation. Okay. So hopefully that made sense. I have some diagrams I can give you if you want further discussion on it also. I preached on it going through the book of Mark just recently, and the church I preach at, you can't get those videos because nothing is online there. So let's read here today. This is Psalm 45. And keep in mind, as we're reading through this, it talks about marriage and the king and so forth, but keep in mind what we're focusing on here is the second coming of Christ. Okay? So let's read. This is Psalm 45. My heart is stirred by a noble theme as I recite my verse for the king. My tongue is the pen of a skillful writer. You are the most excellent of the men. And your lips have been anointed with grace, since God has blessed you forever. Gird your sword on your side, your mighty one. Clothe yourself with splendor and majesty. In your majesty ride forth victoriously in the cause of truth, humility, and justice. Let your right hand achieve awesome deeds. Let your sharp arrows pierce the hearts of the king's enemies. Let the nations fall beneath your feet. Okay, anyone have any idea who this king might be? Well, it's Jesus in the second coming here. Okay, verse 6, your throne, O God, will last forever and ever. A scepter of justice will be the scepter of your kingdom. You love righteousness and hate wickedness. Therefore, God, your God, has set you above your companions by anointing you with the oil of joy. All of your robes are fragrant with myrrh and aloes and cassia from the palaces adorned with ivory. The music of the strings makes you glad. Daughters of the kings are among your honored women. At your right hand is the royal bride in the gold of Oprah. Listen, daughters, and pay careful attention. Forget your people and your father's house. Let the king be enthralled by your beauty. Honor him, for he is your Lord. The city of Tyre will come with a gift. People of wealth will seek your favor. All glorious is the princess within her chambers. Her gown is interwoven with gold. In embroidered garments she is led to the king. Her virgin companions follow her. Those brought to her with her, led in with joy and gladness, they enter the palaces of the king. Your sons will take the place of your fathers, and you will make the princess throughout the land. I will perpetuate your memory through all generations. Therefore, the nations will praise you forever. Okay? As we read through this, you saw the picture of the king. And the king is Jesus, okay? And then you saw that whole kind of a picture of wedding, and then the future reigning of the kingdom, okay? That future reigning of the kingdom will be the millennial period, that period of the millennium that takes place after the second coming of Christ, okay? So hopefully this all makes sense. And remember, the Bible's all tied together here. So you have, stuff that we read about in Psalms that is tied with in the book of Mark and in the book of John and in the book of Daniel and the Revelation. All this stuff, you put it all together, and that's how it comes together. Okay, so it makes sense, because you might read this and you're like, oh, what the world is this talking about? But hopefully this helps you understand a little more about the second coming of Christ. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Leviticus. And then next Sunday, we are going to continue our journey. Actually, it's Easter Sunday, so we won't be in Psalms. So we'll be doing a special episode, most likely Good Friday and also on Easter. All right. So I look forward to seeing you then. Lord's blessing to you.